Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swaminiti Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarine. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandegam Sri Guru Shri Uttapadakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunadan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sagitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपदे गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसूते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिरादि गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम। हरे कृष्ण। By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the purest knowledge. By Krishna's causeless mercy only we are able to study this Bhagavad Gita. First of all, we are very fortunate, there is no doubt about it, because in this material world, to get this knowledge, to know about ourselves, it's very rare. And we are also very intelligent that we are making use of this opportunity. Because if there is no intelligence, we won't be able to connect with Krishna, or if we are not connected with Krishna, we won't have intelligence. That is the main thing. In other words, that is the way. So, nasti buddhi ayuktasya. When we are not connected with Krishna, there is no buddhi, na asti buddhi. That's what nasti buddhi means. Na asti buddhi means there is no buddhi, there is no intelligence. Ayuktasya. Also, there is no steady mind. Nacha ayuktasya bhavana. There is no steady mind. Nacha abhavayataga shanti. Also, there is no peace of mind. Ashantasya kuta sukham. When there is no peace of mind, where from happiness comes? That's what Krishna is asking us. In order to gain that happiness, in order to gain that peace of mind very quickly, we should be able to engage in this yoga. Yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena adhigacchati. That's what Krishna is teaching us. Sannyasastu mahabahu dukkam aptum ayogataka. If you don't do ayoga, ayoga means if you are not if you are not engaging in this yoga, this Bhagavad Gita is yoga. If you are not engaging in this yoga, so that means ayoga, ayogataka. So sannyasastu mahabaho dukkhamaptum ayogataka. So if you simply renounce the activities, if you simply renounce the actions, so that is sannyasastu mahabahu. So if you do that, really we are not sannyasi at all. If you do like that, if you don't act, we have to act with intelligence. That's what is very important. That is, nasti buddhi ayuktasya means, yuktasya means then buddhi is very well established. Buddhi pariyavatistade. The previous sloka only Krishna said that buddhi pariyavatistade. When we are having the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so our intelligence is very well established. But when we are not connected with Krishna, when we are not remembering Krishna, then our intelligence is lost. There is no intelligence. So that way, in order to gain intelligence, we need to connect ourselves with Krishna and do everything for Krishna with the knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. So that means yogataka. So we should be yoga yukto. That's what is called yoga yukto. Ayukto, here yukto. So nasti buddhi ayukto. Ayukto means, ayuktasya means when we are not connected with Krishna, there is no intelligence. But when we are connected with Krishna, yoga yukto. So how we can connect ourselves with Krishna? By understanding this Bhagavad Gita, by following Bhagavad Gita. So then that means we are getting ourselves connected with Krishna. That's what yoga yukto. Yoga yukto munir brahma munihi. So that munir, so that sage who has conquered his mind. Who is the muni? A munir is a person so who is not disturbed in mind when there is distress, and nor elated when there is happiness. So who is equal in, who is free from attachment, fear and anger. So he is what is said to be a sage of steady mind. That is dukkeshu anidvigna managa sukeshu vigatasprigaga vitaraga baya krodaga sitadir muniruchyati. So when there is dukkha, when there is distress, one should not be disturbed in mind. Dukkeshu anidvigna managa. When there is sukha, when there is happiness, sukesu vigatas pragaga. One should not be attached too much. One should not be jumping around when there is happiness. So that means vita raga baya krodaga. One who is freed from raga, baya and krodha, attachment, fear and anger. So he is said to be a sage of steady mind. So that's what Krishna is teaching us. Dukkeshu anidvigna managa sukesu vigatas pragaga vita raga baya krodaga stitadir muniruchyati. So that way we should actually be a sage of steady mind within. So that means Krishna is teaching us that if we are that muni, so then we will be able to achieve Brahman, Krishna's abode, very quickly without any delay. So that's what yoga yukto munir brahma nachirena adhigacchati. Nachirena means without any delay. So Brahma adhigacchati. Brahma adhigacchati means we will attain the Brahman level, Brahman platform. That means we will go to Goloka. That's it. So it's no difference when we are getting into this Brahmabhuta platform in this life itself while living in this world, or we go to Goloka also, because we are not disturbed by anything. That is the main point. The important qualification is that we should not be disturbed by anything happening in this material world. So that means we are a Brahman. We are able to achieve ourselves that Brahman status. So that is Brahma Bhuta. As long as we are disturbed by whatever is happening in this material world, so then we are, even though we are Brahman by nature, but even though we can say that Aham Brahmasmi, but we are still in this material world, we are a Jiva Bhuta, we are a Jivatma, and we are struggling hard in this material world, in this Prakriti with 6 senses, including the mind. So that is the fact. That's what we need to understand. So now for that, in order to elevate ourselves to the Brahman level, in order to elevate ourselves to Goloka, we need to follow this Bhagavad Gita. So this is the yoga. So if you follow this Bhagavad Gita, if you follow what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita fully, without any doubt, without any questions, so of course we can ask questions, but all our questions are clearly answered in Bhagavad Gita. Without any doubt, that is the main thing. With full faith, that's what is the main thing. So with full faith, if we have on this Bhagavad Gita, all our questions will be answered. There is no doubt about it. because we will be open-minded and we will be able to receive all the answers what is given by Krishna in this Bhagavad Gita. So that way we'll be able to understand everything about our life, about everything. So the knowledge will become very, very clear. So then we can actually go to Goloka. So that way, this is the yoga. This yoga, Krishna taught Arjuna, this yoga, we are getting taught right now by Krishna's causeless mercy. We are able to study this yoga, Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna taught, what Krishna gave to Arjuna in the middle of the battlefield. We are able to sit wherever we are, very peacefully. We are able to study and understand this yoga. So this is what is very important. We are so fortunate. We are very, very fortunate. We are able to focus, study and focus on this Bhagavad Gita. And now Krishna's causeless mercy, we are going to progress. We are making progress. So we are getting ourselves closer to Krishna. At least right now we are spending time only thinking about Krishna, remembering Krishna. At this point of time, we are not thinking about any material sense objects. At this point of time, nothing is affecting our mind because we are very much engaged in remembering Krishna, in listening to what Krishna told us in this Bhagavad Gita, what Krishna taught us. So that's what we are engaging. So like this in our life, we should be engaging all the time in Krishna's thoughts. Every time, whatever we think, it should be only about Krishna. How we can please our Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna, that's what is very important. And whatever we need, Krishna takes care of us. There is no doubt about it. That I'm sure all of us are already experiencing in our life that Krishna is very much taking care of us. There is no doubt about it. I am myself experiencing all the time. I'm sure everyone is experiencing. There is no doubt because Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita. Whatever he teaches in Bhagavad Gita, he will follow. So Krishna is a person, he is the supreme person. So whatever he says, he will do. So that's what is very important. He cannot forget anything. For us, we will tend to forget and we will say something and do something. All such things we do because we are in this material world and our mind is flickering. It goes here and there and we are so much attached to material sense objects. And we will be carried away by too many things in this material world. And that way, we say something and do something. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he is the source of everything. And he is the well-wisher of everyone. So when Krishna says something, he will do it. So that's what he says in Bhagavad Gita. That if you always think of me, if you all the time think of me, worship me, offer your obeisances unto me and serve me and do everything for me, then I will take care of you very well. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Ananyas chintayanto mam ye janaka paripasate tesam nityapi yuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So Krishna is going to take care. Krishna is taking care of us. So we don't have to worry about it. We just have to have that faith on Krishna. That's it. That faith only we need to have on Krishna. If we have full faith on Krishna, then Krishna takes care of us very well. We will be able to feel that. So that's another reason we are able to study this Bhagavad Gita every day. This is because Krishna is specially taking care of us. Because what we are doing, this yajna, this jnana yajna is not ordinary thing. It is what Krishna spoke to Arjuna in the battlefield 5,000 years ago. What Krishna gave this knowledge to sun god Vivaswan millions of years ago, billions of years ago. So that same knowledge we are able to study in Bhagavad Gita. We are able to study every day. We are able to make progress every day. We are able to study, understand those slokas again and again, many, many times. And we are able to enjoy every day. So that's what is very important. This time what we spend every day in Krishna consciousness, remembering Krishna, chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and listening to what Krishna is teaching us in Bhagavad Gita. And also many of us are already getting opportunities to follow Krishna's instructions. That is to spread this message. We are already engaging ourselves in spreading this message to make more devotees, to identify devotees and give them this knowledge. So that we already started doing it. That is what Krishna's mercy is.
Krishna's mercy is actually to engage ourselves more and more in Krishna's service. So that's what Krishna's mercy, because that is the only way we can remember Krishna all the time. Otherwise, we'll forget. If our material things, if we think that Krishna takes care of me materially, completely, I don't have to worry about anything like that. That is actually, if we are only focused on material things, then we'll forget Krishna. But our goal here is to please Krishna only all the time. We know that Krishna takes care of us very well. We don't have to worry about anything. That we know that. So, but we are not remembering Krishna for that reason. We are not serving Krishna for that reason. We want to serve Krishna. We want to remember him because we love him so much. We want to please him all the time. It is not because he is taking care of us very well. That is assured. There is no doubt. There is no doubt that Krishna is completely going to take care of us. But for us, we don't have to worry about anything because we love Krishna so much. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, so he is taking care of us very well. And he is giving us unlimited opportunities to please him with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that way, when we study this Bhagavad Gita again and again, so we are going to remember Krishna all the time. So that means we are going to forget about everything in this material world. So we don't want to remember anything in this material world. This material world, there is no point in remembering anything because nothing is going to help us at the time of death. Whatever we remember about anything in this material world, it is of no use at the time of death, for sure. We know that. We know that for sure. Anything we remember about what we see, what we experience, all such things in this material world, anything we remember, it is of no use. What is the use of our actions, what we did, our life, what we had in the last life, in the past life? Do we remember anything? We don't remember anything. So, and also this life, when we die, when we get next body, we are not going to remember anything. We are not going to remember where we took birth, what kind of life we led, nothing. We are not going to remember anything. So what's the use of remembering all these things in this material world? We have to remember only Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. That's what very important. So that way we have to engage ourselves, remembering Krishna, serving Krishna, doing everything for Krishna all the time. So based on this Bhagavad Gita knowledge. So that's what very important. So that way Krishna consciousness is what very important for us. How much faith we have on Krishna is what very important in our life. And how much time in 24 hours in a day we are spending for Krishna, that's what is very important. So it is not that how much, it should be 24/7. We should be serving Krishna only. Whatever we do, it should be done only as an offering unto Krishna only. So that's what is very important. So if we do like that, all the time, engage in ourselves pleasing Krishna, serving Krishna, and spreading Krishna's message and making prasadam and offering prasadam to Krishna. And that way, all the time, whenever we meet with any devotee, only talking about Krishna, only knowing more and more about Krishna. So that's what is going to help us to forget about this material world and remember him all the time. Of course, for us, we are so fortunate that Krishna has performed wonderful leelas and we have so much to know about him actually. So much to know about him. This Bhagavad Gita is 18 chapters, 700 slokas, so many verses. Krishna has taught us everything what we need to do. We can study again and again. And in Srimad Bhagavatam, the 10th canto, which has got 90 chapters and everything about Krishna's wonderful pastimes. So that way, we have to be engaged all the time in remembering Krishna, his activities and everything. That's what is going to help us to get rid of this material bondage. Get rid of this material world, remembering Krishna. That's what is going to help us to remember Krishna at the time of death. So that's what is going to help us. This practice, this constant practice of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, that also we know how to do that scientifically. We know that, and how to do this experiment. Krishna has taught us very clearly in Bhagavad Gita. Step-by-step instructions Krishna has given to us. So we just have to follow. That's it. We just follow what Krishna says exactly, and just do everything as an offering unto Krishna. So then our life is going to be wonderful, peaceful, blissful. So that's what is happening with us. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we successfully finished 30 slokas in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita. So basically, Krishna has explained everything about ourselves, the soul, very, very clearly in all these slokas, starting from the 11th sloka to the 30th sloka. So by Krishna's mercy, we studied all those things. So in the 29th sloka, Krishna is teaching us that Ascharyavat pashyati kaschitenam Ascharyavat vadati tataiva chanyah Ascharyavat chainam anyasrunoti Shutvaapyenam vedana chaiva kaschit. So some look at the soul as amazing, some hear about the soul as amazing, some describe the soul as amazing, some hear, and some even after hearing they don't understand at all. So some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing. And while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all. So in the next sloka, what we studied, that Dehi nityam avadyoyam dehe sarvasya bharata tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam shochitum argasi. So this Dehi, the embodied, so Dehi, that is the soul, it is nityam, it is eternal, and it is indestructible, it is avadyoyam. And Dehe sarvasya bharata, it is there in this entire body. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam sochitam margasi. Therefore, for all living entities, there is no need for you to lament. Tasmat sarvani bhutani natvam sochitam margasi. O descendant of Bharata, he who dwells in the body can never be slain. Therefore, you need not grieve for any living being. That's what Krishna is teaching. So now in this sloka, next 8 slokas, Krishna is going to teach us. Basically, Krishna is answering all the questions asked by Arjuna, all the points which Arjuna told Krishna in the first chapter, that by fighting here, I'm going to commit sins, or by fighting here, I'm going to live in hell. All such things Arjuna told. Now for that, Krishna is answering now in the next 8 slokas. So in the sloka number 31, Krishna is teaching Arjuna that Swadharmam api chavekshya navikam pitum argasi Dharmyadi yuddha shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate Swadharmam api chaveksha navikampitum arghasi. So that means Swadharmam means to perform one's own prescribed duties. So there is nothing else is better than him. So navikampitum arghasi. You should not hesitate to perform your prescribed duty, because Dharmyadi yuddha shreyo anyadi kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a kshatriya fighting for the sake of righteousness, so there is nothing else is better than fighting for the sake of protecting the righteousness, establishing dharma. So that's what Krishna is teaching. When Arjuna asked Krishna that you please tell me what is good for me, Shreyasya nishchitam bruhi tanmi, you please tell me for certain what is good for me. So here Krishna is using the same word Shreya. So yes, Shreyo asyan nishchitam bruhi tanmi. Here Krishna is using the word Dharmyadi yuddha shreyo anyad kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a kshatriya, there is nothing else is better than fighting for the protecting the righteousness. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So in this sloka, what we are understanding, considering your specific duty as a kshatriya, you should know that there is no better engagement for you than fighting on religious principles. And so there is no need for hesitation. So the word here religious, immediately we think that there are so many different religions and things like that. So this is not actually religious, means we should not be thinking like that at all. In fact, when Krishna spoke this Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna, there were no other religions what we are having these days. So when Krishna gave this knowledge 5,000 years ago, Krishna meant dharma. So dharma means it is actually righteousness. So doing what is right, what is wrong. So that is what is the dharma. This Bhagavad Gita is the dharma. So dharma means doing all the activities as per Bhagavad Gita. So that's what is called dharma. So like for a kshatriya, the dharma is actually to fight so that he can, so that righteousness prevails in the society. So that's what Krishna is teaching. So for us, actually, we also have our dharma. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna will reveal what we need to do. For us, we know that very well that we need to spread this message. So that's what, there is no other better duty for us other than spreading this message of Krishna. That's it. Is to simply put, for us, that is our only duty we want to do. That's our primary duty. So other than ourselves chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, attending this Bhagavad Gita class every day and preparing prasadam and offering prasadam to Krishna, and other than doing all those things, the very important primary task what we need to do is actually to spread this message to everywhere, to make a lot of devotees. That's what, to identify devotees and give them the knowledge. So that's what is our duty. So by Krishna's cast mercy, we have successfully finished this sloka number 31 in the second chapter. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. Hare Krishna. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Namini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare 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 Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Okay, Vishnuvardhan Rao Prabhu has raised his hand.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji. There are no more questions. Thank you Guruji for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Thank you Prabhu. Nitin Bele Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Roma Rai Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
For a wonderful class, Guruji.
Yes Mataji. Hare Krishna.
By Krishna's mercy, we are studying Bhagavad Gita, Guruji. We are very fortunate for
Yes,
getting this
Mataji.
knowledge about ourselves.
Yes Mataji. Krishna's mercy, we are able to study and understand this entire Bhagavad Gita the way Krishna is teaching us. Yes Mataji.
Yes, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Guruji,
Krishna.
I want to, hello Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. I want, how can I contribute my seva for Krishna, in pleasing Krishna? I have composed many bhajans. So I want to sing that for the pleasure of Rama and Krishna. Is it possible, Guruji?
Yes,
Please guide. Please
yes,
guide.
definitely. It's a very good thing, Mataji. It's very nice, very nice. And another thing is that I know Asa Mataji is not there now, but I was telling her, and even Chitrita Mataji.
She has gone to hospital, Guruji.
Oh, okay. Okay, Mataji. Okay. Yeah, yesterday I was talking with her, and Chitrita Mataji is also in Delhi. So we can make a nice team in Delhi also. So maybe we can start discussing also like the way I'm discussing with the devotees in Bangalore also. Maybe we can do it in Zoom and we can think more, plan all those things. So that way we can plan. We can grow our team big there so that in future we can identify. I know being a very big city, the capital of India, there are so many devotees we need to identify. So that way if we can engage as a team, it will be very nice.
Yes, Guruji. Krishna's will guide.
Yeah, we can plan that. We can plan. So in our group, we already have a group. We will discuss in that when is the suitable time. Maybe at least we can start once a week or something like that to discuss. So that should be okay for you, correct, Mataji? Roma Mataji, your availability, you should be able to join that, correct, Mataji?
Yes, Guruji. Yes. Yes, Guruji.
So then we can plan more. Yes, Mataji. So Chitrita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Guruji. Yes, I am also available whenever Roma Mataji, and you were, whenever you tell me, I will definitely
Yes,
do it
yes, Mataji.
whenever.
We will plan. So then we can start brainstorming. I think we are getting already a lot of experience how to identify devotees in Bangalore. So we can implement that in Delhi also. Like that we can do that in Mumbai also. So like that, our goal is very clear. We are ourselves studying Bhagavad Gita and chanting Hare Krishna, as I mentioned in today's lecture. And then we also want to identify devotees and give them this knowledge. So that is only our goal. That pleases Krishna very much. So that pleases Krishna very, very much. So that we can do.
Yes, Guruji. And that'll be nice.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Sri Mataji, do you have any? Yes,
Yes.
Mataji.
I was going to ask you, Guruji, that
Yes,
in
ma'am.
this very life, if we could, we are trying, if we could detach ourselves from everything, can we get a trace of what it is going to be like in Goloka today? Just remembering Krishna, nothing else.
To a certain extent, in Brahma Samhita, about Goloka also is explained. So we know that how it is going to be. So life, one thing we know that it's all going to be joy only, all going to be happiness only, everything. So there are desire fulfilling trees. So whatever we want, they are going to Kalpavriksha, they are there. So everything is, our life is going to be very, very enjoyable, very joyful in Goloka, not like this material world. And of course, we'll be with Krishna all the time and enjoying. So we know that there is everything in this material world is just a perverted reflection of like the inverted banyan tree, but here it is dukkha, means there it is only sukha. This material world is dukkhalim, Goloka is sukhalim. This material world is anityam, Goloka is nityam. So when Krishna says this material world as anityam asukam lokam, so then Goloka is nityam sukham lokam. So this is anityam asukam lokam, there is nityam sukham lokam. When Krishna says that this is dukkhalayam asasvatam, so Goloka is sukhalayam sasvatam. So that's what we understand to that extent. So we will be able to enjoy all the time there. That's the only thing. No worries, no concerns. Yes, and life is going to be permanent. Yes, what is that?
Yes.
What did you
No,
say?
another thing was I was just thinking is that, like you just said, that Arjun heard this in the battlefield. So there was no silence like in this room today, or we were not sitting in a temple and listening to that. But we are comparing the battlefield continuously with our daily life. So
Yes.
that is what. And for a Kshatriya, you said that there is no greater battle than fighting for, a religious purpose, a righteousness, a dharma.
Right.
And so for us, with sansar is a dharma for us. And this battle we are fighting is also, we have to do it with dharma. As a householder, for example. Because now the division of labor.
That is correct, Mataji. But for us, like just we discussed that when we engage ourselves in serving Krishna by identifying devotees and spreading this message of Bhagavad Gita, so that's what is going to become our primary service, primary task in our life. So then everything else, Krishna's mercy will be flowing, correct? So other things, we don't have to struggle. That's not even a battlefield for us, because like for Arjuna, Krishna was a charioteer, correct? So like that for us, in this material world, Krishna will be there in front of us to tackle all those issues. That is not our issues anymore. That is Krishna's issues. Let him handle it. And we will simply go and focus and identify devotees and serve Krishna. That's what we should do.
Correct, Guruji. I understand what you mean. So basic thing is, in this battlefield also, like Arjun also, we leave it everything to him.
That
and just do what he understood.
Let Krishna drive our life chariot, the chariot of our life.
Yes. As my daughter also says, it will come to your doorstep. You don't have to worry, it will come to your doorstep.
Exactly. Yes.
Yes. Very good. Thank you so much, Guruji. And do contact me whenever possible for.
Yes, Mother. Very soon we will do. Very soon, yes, Mother.
Great. That is very
good. At least 1 or 2 days in a week we'll start. Yes, Mother.
Must. Yes. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hina Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for today's class also. and good discussion. It's we feel very blessed that whenever we listen that Krishna is in our doorstep, we have to just remember and bring devotees, more devotees.
Yes, Mataji. I think sometime we can plan a team in Dallas also, Mataji, yourself,
Yeah,
Munmun
sure,
Mataji,
Guruji.
and Mithun Prabhu also has moved to Dallas now. So I know we can figure it out what we can do. Yes, Mataji. Something
Yes,
like that
Guruji.
is going to help
Definitely.
us. Yes, Mataji. It's Krishna will have plan. It's all Krishna's plan. That's it. That's what is happening.
That's true, Guruji.
It's all Krishna's plan. So that
Yes,
way, our goal is to, what I always say is that once we reach the critical mass of devotees, critical number, in this case, we can say critical number of devotees, then it will keep growing. We will figure it out, how to do, what to do. Once we develop those strategies for Krishna, then it will keep going, because this doesn't need any other effort than our time. That is the only thing. So of course, we want to engage in Krishna's service all the time. So we just have to think in that front only. So if we just put all our time on, then effort, then it is going to go, Mataji. That's it.
yes,
Because
yes,
we are
Guruji.
doing, yes, we're doing it everything online, Zoom. So no need to spend any Lakshmi in this money. So it's very much possible. Yes, Mataji. Time
Yes,
only. We have
yes,
to
Guruji.
think about strategies. So one person, one or two devotees trying alone, as a team, when we plan, I think we'll be able to make a lot of good plans.
Yes, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Palaniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Suresh Tabi Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
It was a very nice session, Guruji, today. Especially like the Guruji, you mentioned Muni and the Brahman.
Yes.
So I think they are one step, Muni is one step below the Brahman. But can you please elaborate something more onto that, Guruji?
No, non-Muni is one step below the Brahman like that. Yeah, Muni will attain the Brahman stage. Muni is a person who is not disturbed in mind when there is distress, or one who is not elated too much when there is happiness, who is free from attachment, fear and anger. He is a Muni, and that Muni will attain the Brahman status, will get the Brahman status. Yes, that's what. So that's why Yoga Yukto. So when we are engaged in this yoga, that means when we follow this Bhagavad Gita, Yoga Yukto, Munihi, so that Muni, Brahma Nachirena Adhikachati, Brahma Adhikachati, Nachirena means without any delay, he will attain the Brahman. Brahman means the Supreme Lord, Krishna, Goloka, will go there to Goloka without any delay. Yes.
Okay. This Muni means Trita Prajna. Once you have to attain that.
Exactly, Trita Prajna. That's correct. In fact, Krishna is answering the question about Arjuna's question about Sita Prajna. Sita Prajnasya Kavasha. So that question only Krishna is answering. That second sloka itself, Krishna is teaching that Muni.
Okay. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you. आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Palaniyappan Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Today's class is also very much interesting, and regarding the same thing what Tabib was telling, that the Muni and these things we understood clearly how Krishna is explaining to Arjuna why to fight, why he has to fight. That is the very important thing which we learned today. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Vrinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
I don't have any questions today, Guruji. It's very, thank you very much, Guruji, for the class. We'll meet and reflect His mercy, serve Him. That's all, Guruji. That mercy only will help us, Guruji. We have to, Krishna should give us a way to serve. That's what I'm waiting, Guruji. That's all. There is no point in asking questions and all. Just believe him 100% and serve him according to what he is telling in Bhagavad Gita. It is not that easy, but still, your everyday Krishna consciousness, we are able to do, Guruji, able to move in that direction. Don't know whether doing, but we are in that direction at least. I am in the opposite direction. Now I turn to this proper Krishna direction. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm feeling. It's all goes to Bhagavad Gita class only, Guruji. Bhagavad Gita, we do not know what to tell, Guruji. So thank you very much for keeping us in Krishna consciousness and turning our mind towards Him, Guruji. Thank you. It's all to this class only, Guruji. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji, Hare Krishna. How are you, Guruji?
Hare Krishna is okay.
Yes. Guruji, you said that Krishna tells Arjuna that there is no need for lamentation. Yes, so this is what we see in our daily life. We mostly are lamenting not only the deaths of our close and loved ones, but also the little disturbances that we go through. So lamenting for somebody dying over here shows that that our soul is eternal. That's what he's trying to tell Arjuna. And so whether he likes it or not, they are going to die. So we in our ego states always think that we can do this and that, and not this happen and that happen. But our impulsive nature acts upon us so strongly that things happen. So this was a very nice understanding that no need to lament.
Yes,
So can you elaborate on this lamentation regarding Arjuna?
Yeah, because Krishna is teaching Arjuna that wise man laments neither for the living nor for the dead. So if you have the knowledge, if you have the full knowledge, if you have full faith on Krishna, if you are completely remembering Krishna all the time, if you are engaged in Krishna's service completely, so that means when we are able to follow what Krishna says fully in Bhagavad Gita, so that means chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and mind fully controlled and not having any attachment on anything in this material world. So when that situation comes, where one should be able to elevate himself to the yoga status. So that means one who is not disturbed by anything. So that's why Krishna is teaching us that nasochati nakanksati. So Brahmabhuta Prasannatma. Once you are able to elevate yourself to the Brahmabhuta status, so then we are a Prasannatma, very happy person. So at that point of time, nasochati nakanksati. No lamentation, no desiring, no hankering. So that's what nakanksati means, no hankering, no desiring. So no lamentation, no hankering. Samaga sarvesu bhutesu madbhaktim labate param. So will be equal to all the living entities and attain supreme devotion unto me. That's what Krishna is saying. That for that we need to elevate ourselves to the Brahma Bhuta platform. That is just by following this Bhagavad Gita, it's going to happen, Mother.
Yes, Guruji. Yes. Thank you so much for such inspirational talk and really helping us to get on track. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna. I think you got muted again. Hare Krishna, Deepesh Prabhu.
Oh, Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
I don't know, I lost you. I had one doubt about, you're saying there was no religion. It says religious today, but you're saying there was no religion in those times. But weren't they praying to gods, and they had, these books which were written, and, they were following procedures and processes, and they had thought about God. So there was some religion, right?
What I meant was that, Prabhu, the religions what we call in today's way. So those religions were not there at that time.
Okay.
So that's what I meant. So today when I say it's religious, means immediately there are so many other religious things will come into our mind, correct? So at that time when Krishna spoke this Bhagavad Gita, nothing was there. That's what I meant. Of course, at that time people had different thoughts, different all those things, but this Bhagavad Gita knowledge itself was not there. That's why Krishna was teaching to Arjuna. Arjuna didn't have this knowledge. So this word here, when Prabhupada is translated here, dharma as religious, means anybody who reads today, they will immediately think like that way only, correct? So that's why I mentioned that. You understand that, Prabhu?
Okay. Yes, Guru.
So when we translate dharma as religious, then immediately our thinking itself will go in a different direction.
Got it. Okay.
That's why.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you for the wonderful class and keeping us on track. But thank you for your focus on getting us focused on this. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Venkatanagarjun Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji, Hare Krishna
Hare
Guruji.
Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji for today class. And the last two questions also you are explaining very well manner Guruji.
Yes,
Lamentation and designation, monies and that. The two
Yes.
questions I really excited some Guruji from that one. Realized that one.
Yes.
Thank you Guruji, and happy Tamil Ugadi Guruji to you.
Yes.
And my all dear devotees, my lovely dear devotees. Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Very Krishna conscious. Tamil New Year. Hare Krishna.
Thank you Guruji. Dhanyawad.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Gayatri Shiv Kumar Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Can you hear me?
Yes, Mataji, I am able to hear you now. Yes, I am able to.
Because there was a problem in my net.
Yes, I am able to hear you.
Wonderful class, Guruji. No words to express.
Yes,
thank you for taking us in the right path.
Krishna's mercy, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji, of course. Without him, we can't do anything.
That is correct, yes.
Yes, Guruji. He has linked all of us with you.
Yes, Krishna connected all of us.
Yes. Whatever work we have, we are able to connect. Even if we are late by 5 to 10 minutes, we are able to connect daily. Thank you for creating this in the morning and in the evening.
Yes.
Guruji, thank you. All because of that Supreme Lord.
Supreme Lord, no doubt. Because
no doubt. Thank
you. Krishna. Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Guruji. It should continue. That's all.
Yes,
thank you.
Krishna's mercy will continue. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Shashi Kopat Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you once again, Guruji, for the wonderful class and the discussions that happened is giving us more and more insights.
Yes.
in understanding Krishna, and also how he is present in us, each one of us as soul. And it's only because of him that he is in us that we are able to perform each and every actions. So otherwise, it could not be. We would not be even able to blink our eyes. That's what I feel. So each and every action and whatever is going on in our life is due to Krishna's mercy.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
thank you so much, Guruji,
Krishna's
for helping us.
consciousness. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
So thank you for helping us bring Krishna consciousness every single. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. To
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sashrika Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna.
How are you, Guruji? You sounded like you were not keeping, you're not okay.
No, Mataji, I get allergy once in a while. So that's it, Mataji. Tomorrow morning I'll be fine. This sneezing will come when I get allergy. So some dust or something, Mataji.
Okay, because you sounded like nasal. So I was
It's
thinking
correct. When
that,
I sneeze a lot, then that's what will happen. So this from my college days, I'm having this allergy.
I was just thinking that probably you're not keeping well. So yeah, but last time also you did mention to us that you were had this allergy. I remember you told us.
Some allergy from that. This time, what happens? This is a spring time here. Everywhere they do the lawn moving, they will do, and when you walk outside or something, that allergy will come. Yes, that's the problem.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for a wonderful class. And of course, Pudand Vazhtugal. And also, yes, Tamil New Year, and also happy Vishu to Raveen Prabhu. I remember because he's a Malayali, so I remember. And anyone who is celebrating New Year today, I think Bengalis also, some people are celebrating New Year. So a very happy New Year to everyone. And a very, very happy Krishna conscious New Year.
Krishna conscious New Year, yes.
That is so important. Yeah, I realize that, Guruji. And it is, we can't thank him enough for his mercy, Guruji. Just this morning, I got a call from a friend who was going through some depression and anxiety, and I was supporting him he's my classmate, and going through a very bad patch, going through a lot of problems. I was just thinking at that point of time, for a moment I stopped and I thought, I also went through so much, but I did not go through any, thankfully I did not have these problems. I thought for a moment, and then I realized, my God, it was Krishna who was taking care of me all the time. It occurred to me that what am I thinking? It was because of him that I did not have any problems. I handled all the problems without these kind of additional troubles. It is only because of him, and it is because of. So I suddenly remembered that story, Guruji, and I'm sure you would have heard of it, of this devotee who goes to the Lord after death, and the Lord says, "Let us look at your life. Let us look at the images of your life." And he shows all the images, and all along he shows 2 sets of, feet in his life at every stage. And there is one stage when he shows in the images only 1 set of feet, and then the devotee remembers and he says, this is the period that I was going through the most difficult times, and then you were not with me, but the rest of the time you were with me. And Krishna says, I was, my son, I was carrying you at that point of time. That's why you saw only 1 set of feet. So it is so true. It is so true that he is all the time taking care of us, and we don't realize it. And I'm even though it is late, I'm so glad that we realize it now, that nothing is possible without him or without his grace, and everything is because of him. And again, he's saying, bringing this to Arjuna's notice in Bhagavad Gita and telling him there's no cause for lamentation. And he's so right, except for the fact that if we can become that Sthita Pragya, then I think there is really no cause for lamentation. Then, it is a celebration all the time, and celebrate Krishna and celebrate our relationship with Krishna. That's all. Thank you so much, Guruji, for keeping us on track, for keeping us, in Krishna consciousness all the time. And may this new year bring a lot of Krishna consciousness and increase the devotees multiple fold to our class.
I hope your classmate will come out of the person, but you can
I
also
hope so.
give this knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, knowledge. If they're in a very proper mood to receive, then this is the best time to
Yeah,
realize.
Guruji, this is what I was thinking. He's in a condition that, and he's a very good friend, and he's been through this in a very, very, very difficult situation, extremely intelligent person. But yeah, I'm hoping that I can, if he's able to receive it, then I would like him to join the class. I would try. Yeah.
Listen to Bhagavad Gita, listen to Krishna, then no anxieties, no depression.
Exactly. Yeah, Guruji. Yeah, thank you so much, Guruji, for Krishna's mercy and for your kindness that you have, the effort that you put, and the trouble that you take to keep us in Krishna consciousness. Thank you so much, Guruji. We are extremely, extremely grateful and indebted to you. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Ravin Prabhu, I'm also unmuting Ravin. Hare Krishna, Ravin Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you for wishing us. We wish you happy Vishu and happy Vishu to all. Happy Krishna conscious Vishu to all devotees and Guruji, you as well, and your Tamil New Year is also starting. So happy Krishna conscious Tamil New Year as well, Prabhuji. Yes. Wonderful class, and Shashi Rekha Mataji mentioned that. When we see one feet, we think it's ours, but it's the Lord's feet. So that's a wonderful presentation. So touched by that. So yeah, it's so true that Krishna is always carrying us, and we think that we are doing it, and that is what is our mundane connection with this mundane world. And we think that is what is ahankara. We think we are doing it, but it is all Krishna's footsteps. Yeah. Thank you, Hare Krishna, Shashi Rekha Mataji. And
yeah, Hare Krishna, and happy Vishu to you and to everyone else, to family, to your children, to your wife, and very, very happy. Yeah, this story, when I read, it stayed with me all my life. It has stayed with me because I always remind myself that he's the one who's carrying me. What am I doing? I'm not doing anything. So yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Shashi Rekha Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Satyendra Singh Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, pranam. Thank you for your beautiful, wonderful class. And always you put a new thing in the class, scientific way of explaining all things. Today you have used the word critical number.
Critical number. Yes.
Number and critical mass. I think that we will be getting that soon.
Yes, I think we already in Bangalore, we have got the critical number. I think we already have it in Mumbai also. We are not connected in the WhatsApp group. I need to create that group. We need to start discussing. Yes, bro.
Your motivational words, motivational efforts, and the already energetic Bangalore team, they are doing wonderful job. I hope that we will achieve that critical mass, critical number, and amazing things will happen.
Yes,
sometimes I used to get disappointed. We were used in this Zoom meeting. In this Zoom meeting, we used to be about 60 plus, 50, 60 plus members. But these days, we are not able to achieve more and more live participants, despite of all efforts. But one thing is positive. With your positive vibes, the positive, the participants are now more serious.
That is correct. About 40 devotees are there. They are very serious.
That is the wonderful thing I observe. Maybe because of their busy nature or engagement somewhere else, they are connected with you by YouTubes and all that. There may be a lot of numbers.
Yes, bro. I think YouTube also,
they are connected with you, and I hope we will achieve those magic critical mass, critical number, and amazing things will happen.
Yes.
For that, I wish all the best. Thank you, Guruji, for your wonderful class and wonderful words of motivation, and always emanating positive vibes for us. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Ram. Venkatarajan Prabhu is saying thanks to Satsireka Mataji. He typed that Sashireka Mataji mentioned presentation is too good. Thank you, Mataji. Like that he mentioned. So now Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
I
Krishna.
just want to thank Sasi Mataji. Nice,
Yes.
a very nice story she told. We all think that we are doing certain things, but it's not true, Guruji. It's not true. Nice story, nice one.
Yes.
Grateful to you. Grateful to you. It's all
Thank you,
Krishna's
Mataji. Thank you.
mercy, Mataji.
Yeah,
Krishna's
thank you,
mercy.
Mataji. Thank you,
Krishna's
you,
mercy.
Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna. Thank you
yeah.
so much.
Yeah, we all have got a good guru, perfect guru. who has taken
Absolutely.
us.
Absolutely.
Yes, I just want to mention that.
Absolutely. You're so right.
We are all very blessed, very lucky, in fact. Yeah.
Krishna.
Thank you, Guru. Thank you. A perfect guru, a dedicated guru.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Thank you.
Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Guruji,
Yes,
with the mercy of Krishna,
yes,
with the falling of Krishna, in this very life also, we have Kamadhenu and Kalpruksha.
Yes.
When we are content with the mercy of Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu, that's correct.
Namaste,
yes.
Guruji. Namaste.
Very nice. You nicely said it. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah, Krishna's mercy, we have it. Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Manoranjan Shagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Kaviravan Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Today I'm joining late, Guruji. Classes
You can watch through the YouTube.
Yes. And all devotees happy Tamil happy New Year, Guruji.
Yes, Prabhu. Krishna conscious.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Ram Prabhu, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. I'm in another meeting, Guruji. By costless mercy of Lord Krishna, I was able to chat 2 rounds with you, Guruji, and the whole team. It's a great boon, Guruji. Everything goes well, Guruji. I am, as you rightly said, I am listening to Krishna, period, Guruji. That's it. I don't have anything in my book or a dictionary or language. All I need is listening to Krishna and putting a full stop and go to sleep, Guruji. The rest all taken care by him, Guruji. So I don't bother, Guruji. I don't follow any rituals, whether it's New Year or all these things. Like Guruji, every day is New Year, every moment is New Year because I'm with Krishna, Guruji. So it doesn't make any sense to me, Guruji. All these worldly festives, pleasures, all these things, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. So you are direct me in a very right path, and I'm very happy to stay as a dust at your feet, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. All good. And eagerly anticipating our Manoranjan Shagu's talk, Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna.
Manoranjan Shagu Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Now let us listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.